Hello, fellow travelers. Welcome back to Grace Meets Globe today. We're sharing the top 10 countries in which Americans are banned or not welcomed in 2025. Whether you're an American citizen or not, this video may be helpful for safety tips. Watch until the end, as some of these countries may surprise you. You will not believe some Americans are getting turned away at the borders. Lucky for you, I've got you covered. Hang tight as we explore these no-go zones. Let's get started. First up, we have North Korea, a place Americans aren't welcome. The US-North Korea relationship is frosty. It's like an awkward family reunion with Uncle Kim Jong-un. Decades of political tension and Cold War baggage fuel the ban. Any trip would be insanely monitored and controlled. It's like visiting a propaganda theme park with a hefty dose of cognitive dissonance. I don't know about you, but this doesn't look like my ideal type of vacation anyway. Next on our list is Iran, a country with a rich history and stunning architecture. The US-Iran relationship is like a couple in need of therapy. Recent bans on American tourists stem from diplomatic standoffs and nuclear deal drama. It's like a couple breaking up and exchanging sanctions. Americans are barred from experiencing Iran's wonders firsthand. Behind the politics, there's a vibrant culture waiting to be discovered. Moving on to a country synonymous with conflict and crisis, we have Syria. The U.S. government has issued a strongly worded travel advisory. Syria has been ravaged by civil war for over a decade. The U.S. State Department advises against all travel to Syria. Admire Syria's historical treasures from afar for now. Hopefully, peace will return and travelers can visit again. Our next destination takes us to Yemen, a country that was once a popular stop on the backpacker trail, renowned for its stunning architecture, ancient history, and unfortunately, now, its ongoing civil war. The U.S. government has advised against all travel to Yemen. The country has been embroiled in a brutal civil war for years, with various factions vying for control, and innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. The impact on tourism has been devastating, obviously. Once thriving tourist destinations now lie in ruins, and the local economy, which relied heavily on tourism dollars, has been decimated. So, while Yemen might have once been a must-see destination for adventurous travelers, it's now a place best admired from afar, through the lens of history books and documentaries. Next up, we have Libya, a country that was once a popular destination for its Roman ruins and Mediterranean coastline. But things took a turn. The Arab Spring led to instability and violence. The U.S. advises against all travel to Libya. Violence and political instability plague the country. Libya has a rich history and stunning landscapes, but it's too dangerous for most travelers now. Somalia, a country that has unfortunately become synonymous with pirates, famine, and general instability. The U.S. government has advised against all travel to Somalia. We're talking about a country where piracy is a legitimate concern. Al-Shabaab militants roam freely, and the infrastructure is, to put it mildly, lacking. It's got a stunning coastline, a rich nomadic culture, and a resilience that's frankly awe-inspiring. But the reality is, it's simply too dangerous for most travelers right now. Our journey takes us to Afghanistan, a country that's been in the news a lot lately, and not for particularly positive reasons. After decades of conflict, foreign intervention, and a U.S. withdrawal that could best be described as chaotic, Afghanistan is now under the control of the Taliban. The U.S. government has advised against all travel to Afghanistan. The security situation is incredibly volatile, the human rights situation is dire, and the Taliban government is, shall we say, not exactly welcoming to Westerners. It's got a rich history, stunning mountain landscapes, and a culture that's both ancient and complex. But the reality is, it's simply too dangerous for most travelers right now. Next up, we have Venezuela, a country that was once known for its stunning beaches and lush rainforests, and of course its beauty queens. But sadly, In recent years, Venezuela has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons: economic collapse and political instability, and a humanitarian crisis that's forced millions to flee their homes. The U.S. government has advised against all travel to Venezuela. The country is in the midst of a major economic and political crisis, with hyperinflation, food shortages, and widespread crime. It's got incredible natural beauty, from the Andes Mountains to the Amazon rainforest, and a culture that's a vibrant mix of indigenous, African, and European influences. But the reality is, it's simply too dangerous for most travelers right now. Our journey takes us to Iraq, a country synonymous with ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, and, more recently, decades of conflict and instability. From the Iran-Iraq War to the Gulf War to the U.S.-led invasion in 2003, Iraq has seen more than its fair share of turmoil. The U.S. government advises against all travel to Iraq. While security has improved somewhat, Iraq remains volatile with ongoing violence. It's a country with an incredibly rich history, home to some of the world's most important archaeological sites, including Babylon, Ur, and Nineveh. But it's too dangerous for most travelers right now. Our final destination takes us to Sudan, a country that's been plagued by conflict, poverty, and political instability for decades. From the genocide in Darfur to the secession of South Sudan to the recent military coup, Sudan has rarely been out of the headlines, and rarely for positive reasons. The U.S. government strongly advises against all travel to Sudan. The country is in the midst of a political crisis, with widespread protests, a brutal crackdown on dissent, and a humanitarian situation that's nothing short of dire. It's a country with a rich history, a diverse culture, and stunning natural beauty, from the Nubian pyramids to the Red Sea coast. But the reality is, it's simply too dangerous for most travelers right now. So, there you have it, folks. The top 10 countries Americans are banned from visiting in 2025. It's a sobering list, but there are still plenty of places we can visit. Just remember to pack your patience and sense of humor. And hey, if all else fails, there's always the good old-fashioned staycation. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Did this shock you? Are there any countries on your bucket list? Comment below. Again, before you go, please do me a massive favor and help me reach my goal of 2,000 subscribers this month. Be sure to check out other helpful videos on my channel. See you next time.